Happy anniversary. 1 year. Are we invited? We've been here 1 year. It looks really nice in there. Yeah. Happy anniversary. It's a big party. You made it 1 year. Let's hope it doesn't make it another year. This is what the people will see walking into the party. Nothing but a pyramid scheme scam. You must be at the top.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit in there though. Trashy!
Dude, I can help you get out, man. Oh, guys, why are you going into a cult? Oh, they might use your credit information to take out loans in your name. They have children auditing adults on sexually explicit content. You might want to look into this place. The owner was a kook. He got arrested for fraud. There were kids in there, yes. Earlier in my live, or not in my live, sorry, my regular video, there was
Modern science and mental health. You are beginning an adventure. Right down a shithole into a cult.
But this ain't just about the street. We're here to bring them to defeat. Expose the truth, tear down the lies. Watch their empire crack and die.
Right, it's a cult. Look at all these people. Amazing, super effective.
If you know, you know, right? Yeah. Thank you to Nice and Shorts. Let me know if it's clear or not. Children systematically, kids cannot consent.
Have to get the courts and the United States of America to recognize that Scientology is in fact not a religion. These mandated reporters need to be held accountable because they are not keeping these kids safe. But how can they? They're just practicing their religion. This is why the crux of it is proving legally that Scientology is not a religion, but a multi-level marketing scam propped up by false real estate, Ponzi schemes, okay, and all these individual corporations, because every single church is its own corporation, is operating illegally and participating in money laundering.
Feat of architectural design and technological innovation. A true testament to what unlimited funds and zero financial transparency can build. Scientology's flag building, an opulent 7-story monument to itself, occupies an entire city block in Clearwater, Florida. At 377,000 square feet, it can fit the Parthenon 16 times over. And just like the Parthenon, it mostly serves as a relic to an ancient, long-debunked belief system. And towering above it all a 22-foot Scientology cross. You know, to remind everyone that Scientology is totally a religion and not just a tax-free real estate scheme. Every 12 minutes, another Scientologist arrives here for religious services, or, as we like to call it, their next financial shakedown.
Oh, Wendy, so many at the Sacramento org. A lady filed bankruptcy, and a year and a half later, her husband completed OT8 on the free wins after the bankruptcy. Imagine how many credit card companies are paying for a religious experience. I think all credit card companies should ban the use of Scientology. Just think, because if you go back in history and you see all these forfeits and court and all these fees not being paid, how many is it because it's Scientology?
During my research, I have found that they're also advertising the Tools for Life and other courses to primary schools, high schools, and universities throughout African countries. The blue circles that are popping up on this map of Africa are either churches or missions. The red circles that pop up are areas that are being targeted. These are the countries that I found over just a few days of research. Who knows how many more countries are being infiltrated as we speak.
This is the Church of Scientology Information Center. Oh, here's a Scientologist over there. I think that's the uniform, black and white. Let me tell you, they have bought up a lot of real estate. There were people staring at me from the back corner of empty offices in there. There was one random looking business, but nobody was in. They go hang out in this boarded up storefront. Yeah, that's Scientology all the way, the Atrium building. I don't know what they're doing buying property this big and this beautiful and doing nothing whatsoever with it.
Do not let this cult of Scientology take over LA. That's their whole goal.
I wanted to talk about the street vacation of L. Ron Hubbard Way. I wanted to know, has Scientology paid the required $14,000, $920 deposit for the street vacation? And also, just for the record, L. Ron Hubbard was a convicted felon, so you know.
You cannot go for a street vacation, because if you do, you're blocking off one of the thoroughfares that go directly to their emergency room at the hospital, which poses a grave danger to people. And this is not a theocracy. You cannot allow them to make a street vacation to make it Vatican City. At that point, you might as well put on barbed wire fences like they did in the Holocaust to hold in their captives that are in that cult right now.
Instead of the street vacation, why don't we just make y'all some more money and put metered parking there? Because there's hospitals there. Like, look out for the hospitals there. Help them out with more parking. Help make it easier for them to get places. Help the neighborhood so that there's not excessive traffic on other streets because that street's not available anymore.
And I don't understand why Church of Scientology has been being given special privilege that they have their own street. Neither of the hospitals have an entire street blocked off and closed just for their use only, but Church of Scientology does.
Hi, I am just dumbfounded. For decades, people have been coming to the city council and speaking on this one particular street. I won't even name it, as its name has been said too often for decades. I give back my time and make your time count.
Collectively, we put together a CASP report for the ADA violations. There's 71 pages of them. And, they did remove the planters, thankfully, but now we have the problem that they are getting their permits again for street closures. And so that means they're going to start blocking the street again, and they will not have their fire lane, which is legally required. They're trying to convince the the chief of the battalion chief and the local firefighters that, while these crazy protesters are here to harm us. Well, they've been under protest for a year. They have not gotten one conviction against anybody for any kind of harassment or anything. They have received no restraining orders. They fail every time in the court. And the judge has actually said that Scientology acts more like a gang than a church.
This young woman has been here now 4 times. She comes despite her disability. She's asking us to help her. I would like to make sure that whatever her issues are, they get resolved.
I hear you loud and clear, and
Thank you, sir.
ma'am, someone will meet with you after this meeting, get your information if they don't have it already.
Next, we have Philip Tabby.
For the past several weeks, we have heard accusations directed to Scientology, horrible accusations that must be taken seriously and investigated. What is troubling is we rarely hear any updates on investigations regarding the continued abuse of children here in Los Angeles. It seems like the continued cries go unnoticed. So please tell us, is there an investigation going on into the Church of Scientology? What about other notable items in the news, such as the Diddy case? It's troubling that there is complete silence on these matters. But why isn't this topic spoken about more during commission meetings? Is the LAPD protecting certain groups, such as Scientology? A cult, if you ask me. Why does this department have close ties with Scientology?
He's a normal caller.
So it seems LAPD does have some kind of special relationship with them, and we all wonder why. Last Tuesday's meeting with victims' statements were very troubling to hear. Commission, do your job. Ask the right questions.
Thank you, Jesus.
Show the people that you care. Ask real questions. What are you all hiding, and who's pulling your strings? Maybe the FBI needs to investigate the LAPD. This needs attention.
Sounds insane that in America, right here, even in Los Angeles, that everybody does know certain details about Scientology and the Sea Org and everything, and they're adults and they literally can't, like, we're out there. We've all seen that there are adults who they mentally cannot make up their mind. They cannot change their mind. That's insane. And it's like they're like zombies, like even with their smiles and their good hearts, you can see that they're being controlled, they're being manipulated. And it feels like this community should just be allowed to be as it is. Some people do things certain different ways. We all need to work on how can we be better. If somebody else is having an issue with that, how can we be better so that we can still have fun, we can still do protesting the way they want, like somebody else does, but it has to be like, why are we doing it if we're not trying to even heal ourselves as we're doing it? Why are we going to be an example for people trying to leave Scientology and get out when we're not even remembering that the whole mission, the whole reason we care about this is to expose it and get it all out. You know, I want to take Scientology down, and we have to be gentle and sensitive to people. Otherwise, people go angry and get dark. What is more exciting to like take down and to expose? Scientology. That's amazing.